we need to go over our pattern. I just want to make sure you have all the pieces to your pattern. For every piece, you should have the master, or pretty much every piece, you should have a master, an outside, and a lining. You should have a master, outside, and lining for your bottom, for your tab, for your straps, for your lining, and this is your lining, this is your lining, this is your master, and this is your outside. And here we have the lining for your pocket. This is your window for your pocket, and this is the material that's going to make your pocket. And you should have all those pieces. If you don't, go back over the class and make sure that you have them. We just went over our pattern, our master pattern, and our outsides. We want to just go ahead and go over our stay patterns real quick, because you need to be cutting specific types of paper. And speaking of paper, I just want to take a second to run through the paper. And when I'm talking about the grain or the bias of the paper, I'm actually talking about the way the paper bends. In this case, it's a little stiffer here, but if you go this way, it bends a lot. And if you look at it, you can see that it actually goes right back to being flat. You know, but now this way, it's a little bit stiffer to bend. And so all of these papers are different weights. This is a 014, an 030, here's an 020, and this 20 is what I'm using here for the straps. I got a 20 here that I'm using for my appliques. This is a 50, and the grain of it is this way. So it bends this way, and this is my applique. Here's my window stays. Here are my straps. Here's my bottom stays, so that I have something to attach my feet to. So you want to make sure that you have all your stays. Here are my window stays that I've cut from my master stay that I made, and here are my stays, my window for my zipper. And so all the pieces that I need that are cut from the masters, I have right here, and they're cut with the appropriate paper and with the proper grain. And sometimes you'll see me mark on the pattern three little slash marks, and this indicates the grain or the way I want the paper to bend. So that stays, and a little bit about paper. Okay, I want to go over when you're making a tab or your flap, and this is pretty generic information as far as you're going to kind of be repeating this 1,000 times as you get into handbag making. I wanted to just go ahead and show you that I'm just going to go ahead and turn this real quick, and let's see if we can get this to turn properly. And what we want to do here is pull these little tabs out, and see, that goes down like that. And then you come back and let's see, I don't have my needle nose right here, so I'm just going to clip these up. You pull them up and pull them off like that. And this one doesn't want to come on, huh? Okay. Okay. And so you do that. I'm trying to get this quickly as I can for you. You can see this paper is kind of tough. Do that and get those all up. I'm going to just show you the effect. This is your bottom here. I'm gonna turn that. Make sure you do your clipping right. Try to keep it even on both sides, so it's the same way on both sides. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and throw in my magnetic snap real quick. I already had the placement on my master pattern, so I just duplicated it, and I'm just gonna stick that in and put our prongs in, and I'll just go ahead and bend that over. I can do it with my hand. And then I'm just going to take a piece of masking tape and go over that. Not so big though. Just a little added protection. Now that's the bottom. And now on the top part, as you can see, I put in a little new foam there, and I actually got a little glue on the edge. And you want to try to stay away from getting glue on the edges, because once that springs down, it won't come back up because it's glued. So it'll be kind of a funny ridge there. But we're going to go ahead and work with it, and you just be a little bit more careful than I. And again, we're going to turn this, and this new foam is going to give it just a little bit of feel, and it'll also protect from seeing this break in the paper here. So it has a couple different purposes, and so we're going to get this turned real quick, and let's go ahead and do it. Got my seam allowance a little thick there, but you know, try not to have too much extra seam allowance. You'll get a better turn if you got just what you need and not too much, like life, I guess. So anyway, there we go. We got that, and we're gonna pull out those little doohickeys, and we're going to pull those out, and then we're going to put them together like this, and this, you're going to see they're going to break like this when we sew it all together. So that's how it's going to be. So that's where we're going. Be right back. Get this all finished up. After putting our pieces, I sewed the pieces together, and as you can see, it bends right where we wanted it to, and that's windows, and that's how windows work in a handbag pattern. They help things function better. Okay, so this is ready to put on my on my back, and okay, we have completed putting the lining in. We went ahead and top stitched that in. Came out okay, and we put our handles on our bag, and we stuffed it with some paper so you can see how it's going to look. We could have did some things, as I look at it, we could probably have done some things differently to improve it, and as we go through the classes, we're going to do just that. So maybe the next time we look at this bag, we're going to add a collar to it, and that'll add a little bit more strength up here at the top to support this this tab. And we also could have probably ran that tab down here a little bit further to balance it out on the front side. So there's some improvements to be made. Our feet came out nice, our bottom looks real good, and overall the bag looks good. So if you've completed this class, congratulations, you've just completed your first pattern, and from beginning to end, and you've completed your bag. Okay, bye bye.